Well, hey everybody, I'm John Ritlin, back with another New Japan themed video. This is every never openweight champion ranked from worst to best. With 16 men that have held the championship from August 24, 2010 to now, you gotta start off with the shit, and I'm gonna start off with the shit here in just a second. But want to make mention, a lot more New Japan themed ranking videos, a couple more ECW and a couple more Impact ones are going to be coming up very, very soon. Do not worry. But with this, just looking at all the many wrestlers that have held the championship, multiple reigns, and the great matches that they've had, it'd be hard to encapsulate all the great matches in just this one ranking video. So I encourage you guys, to look up the talents, especially check out New Japan World, especially if you're subscribed. Check out the archive stuff. It's really, really good stuff because you can catch a lot of really good matches for this specific championship and others. But the idea is it's just really, really hard hitting stuff with a lot of these guys. But since you're 16, you got to start at the bottom, though, to get to the really good stuff. And number 16 is Michael Elgin, 1 reign, 8 days, 0 defenses. I was so pissed off when Michael Elgin won because this was during when a bunch more controversy came out about him. And if you know, you know. I've never been a fan of Michael Elgin. I was disgusted, quite frankly. And I think New Japan felt some pushback because he only held it for 8 days and then dropped it soon after. Good. It's what he fucking deserved to do. He should have dropped it back to Hiroki Goto. And he did, and it was goddamn awesome. And then Elgin really never got to do anything after that, or at least anything of note. So, that being said, his reign was short. It should have never happened. There should only be 15 men that held the championship, and Michael Elgin should have never been one of them. But what can you do? You can't go back and rewrite history because we're not DuckTales. Woo-woo. Boy, I sound enthused, don't I? So, we get to number 15, Evil. 1 reign, 10 days, 0 successful defenses. I like Evil. He didn't get to hold the title long, but still, hey, at least he's a better character and a better wrestler than Elgin could ever hope to be. So, number 14, Kota Ibushi, 1 reign, 26 days, 0 successful defenses. Won it on one of the Road to Tokyo Dome shows from Hiroki Goto, and then dropped it to Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom. That's pretty much it. And suffered a concussion. Hooray! Thankfully, Kota's okay, but he didn't have much of a run with it. He just got to hold it for a little bit. Had he won it like Power Struggle or something like that and held it for a couple months, he'd probably be ranked a little bit higher on this list. But that just wasn't to be. And unfortunately, I'm sorry. I feel bad for ranking him this low because I love Kota Ibushi. He's an awesome wrestler. But he didn't get to really do anything with it. He just got to hold it and then drop it to Ospreay. Number 13, Taichi, 2 reigns, 84 days, 0 successful defenses among both reigns. Now, it was cool that Taichi won it, and Miho got to parade around with the championship, which was absolutely great. Seeing Miho Abe happy was absolutely great. I kind of smashed together happy in her last name. So, that was great. Unfortunately, that was pretty much it. And don't get me wrong, Taichi is a pretty damn good wrestler when he wants to be. But when Miho's the best part of your act, and all due respect to her, that you're pretty much dead in the water right there. But Taichi, when he wants to show up, can actually perform well, and has in other matches. I mean, against Goto and the like, he's done pretty damn well. Anyway, he's ranked this low because 2 reigns, 84 combined days, and 0 defenses. Sorry. We get to number 12, Kenta, the current champion. 1 reign, 25 plus days, just about a month right now, or close to it. Kenta, he's going to be a good champion. He may only hold it till Wrestle Kingdom, but I think it's smart to give him that championship accolade, even if he doesn't last long in New Japan. I don't know how long he's going to last. I think his body's pretty much breaking down, and that's easy to say, and it's easy to slam him for. I'm not slamming him for it. Father Time is undefeated, and the injury bug bit him and hasn't let go. But that being said, he had a good match against Tomohiro Ishii until a whole bunch of interference happened, and Kenta kind of got legit knocked out. Thankfully, he's okay, but yeah, that was a bit uncomfortable. Still, I think he's going to be champion, at least until Wrestle Kingdom. Somebody beats him. Watch, they have Shibata come back and beat him. Please don't. I love Shibata, but I don't want to see him die in the ring. Don't worry, I'll mention Shibata a little bit later. I'm torn on that because I would love to see Shibata get another match in. But he had that massive health scare. Bleeding on the brain, you kind of don't want to have more of that. Anyway, number 11, Jeff Cobb, 1 reign, 27 days, 0 successful defenses. In a title-for-title match against Will Ospreay at G1 Supercard, he won and then dropped it to Taichi soon after for Taichi's second never Openweight championship run. which again, Taichi had no successful defenses. So yeah, so far, no successful defenses among some of these guys. But still, hey, at least Jeff Cobb, really, really legit. Met him, great guy, really, really nice guy. And he was somebody you could believe as champion. It's a shame he didn't get to have it long, but he's also signed with Ring of Honor, or at least was at the time. I don't know if he still is. But he's somebody that could have added some legitimacy to that. It's a shame he didn't get to hold it longer. Number 10, Yuji Nagata, 1 reign, 47 days, 0 successful defenses. Nagata, to be fair, by this point, I mean, was nearing the end of a full-time career where he could be seen as anything more than just a veteran, even though I wouldn't mess with the guy. Hard kicks and everything, and just that, eye roll, the eyes rolling in the back of his head when he does that friggin' arm bar and everything. He really is a living legend and is absolutely still just great in the ring. But he only needed to hold it for a bit till somebody beat him, and that was really about it. But his legendary status added something to it. He just didn't get to have it very long, only a month and a half. Number 9, Yujiro Takahashi, the Tokyo Pimp. 1 reign, 106 days, 1 defense. Yujiro is unfortunately the second most well-known Takahashi, because you have Hiromu, who was there. I miss Hiromu. I hope he comes back soon. But Yujiro, hey, this was when they were actually using him pretty decently as a wrestler, and he, not just as like a guy that would get some wins in some tag matches, but mostly take the fall and everything else. At least he got a defense out of it. In 106 days, 3.5 months, that's pretty good. We then get to number 8. Will Ospreay, 1 reign, 92 days, 1 defense. Face off against Kota Ibushi. Did some good shit in there between Wrestle Kingdom and G1 Supercard before he dropped it to Jeff Cobb. Hey, at least this was a way to possibly move Will Ospreay up to the heavyweights, and they've been doing some good stuff since. I think that he's going to probably drop to junior heavyweight. He might drop it to King of Pro Wrestling. I am recording this a couple weeks before King of Pro Wrestling, so forgive me if I don't have the clairvoyance to see if that's actually going to happen. That's going to be a very interesting feud with El Phantasmo. We'll see, but if not, we could see possibly Amazing Red versus Will Ospreay for the championship, or Amazing Red versus ELP versus Will Ospreay versus Hiromu at Wrestle Kingdom. How about that? That'd be kind of weird, because then I want Hiromu to win, but I want Amazing Red to win once. Who knows? Whole point is, Will Ospreay, him winning it was a big deal, and breaking out the new finisher, the Hidden Blade, the elbow to the back of the head, that's fun. That was a great way for him to win the championship. He didn't get to hold it long, but still, now he's just putting on great matches, night after night. Myself and the Durbinator actually got to see him at the Super J Cup, him against Amazing Red in the main event. What is 2019? It's absolutely wonderful is what it is, especially for wrestling. So we move on to number 7, Tetsuya Naito, 1 reign, 135 days, 2 successful defenses. Naito could really make any championship legit when he actually cares. And the thing is, the whole point, he's supposed to be tranquilo, he's not supposed to really care all that much, but still, him winning the championship, it adds something to it, because the fans goddamn love him. I mean, why wouldn't they be? Not that I've ever worn a Tetsuya Naito shirt at all, or not that I have any LIJ merch behind me. I'm pointing to the Annabelle shirt when I do that, but Naito's great, and his name etched in the Never Openweight Championship legacy, that adds credibility to it. It really does. Now we get to the top 6. Togi Makabe, 2 reigns, 207 combined days, 2 successful defenses. Makabe, the guy's still really, really good. I don't think he's going to be anything beyond like the Never Openweight 6-man champion. I don't think he's ever going to win a singles title again. He seems happy with his role, seemingly. He's still a hard hitter, really hits hard clotheslines. He 100% legit. And one of those guys that gets forgotten about as being somebody that was one of the established stars of like newer New Japan. It was around the time of Tanahashi, but Makabe was also a main eventer as well. And his name on this, it speaks volumes of how good Makabe is and how much they trusted him to carry on and establish the legacy of the championship. And he did that pretty well. Number 5, Minoru Suzuki, 1 reign, 252 days, 4 successful defenses, beat Hiroki Goto for it, I believe, and then held it till Wrestle Kingdom in that hair versus hair match, and then lost it, and then shaved his own head. because Suzuki will not be outdone by anybody and will shave his own head. He is a madman. I actually love Minoru Suzuki, and I say that because I do, but also I don't want to die. And I love that match. There were a lot of people that were down on that match between Goto and Suzuki. I love that match from Wrestle Kingdom 12. It was great. And that's how you make a championship mean something on a big stage like that, because that was a loaded goddamn card. These guys stood out. Wrestle Kingdom 12 was a whole lot of fun and was the first New Japan event that I watched on New Japan World Live. And I'm very, very glad that I started watching New Japan Live, because it's been really eye-opening to get back into watching live New Japan or live Japanese wrestling since I loved it during the tape trading days. And it's added a whole lot of views to the channel, but also it's just been eye-opening because it's wrestling. It's wrestling. There's some entertainment in there, but it's wrestling. But Suzuki, absolutely great. Never Openweight champion. Only had to be it once. Didn't matter. Top 5 easily. Number 4, Masato Tanaka. 1 reign, 314 days, 4 successful defenses. Pretty much like I mentioned in the IWGP Intercontinental Championship list. Link up here if I forget to put it. Just check it out on the channel. Tanaka, legend in Japan, FMW. He worked in ECW with Mike Awesome. Worked in New Japan for a number of years. Multi-time champion, for a couple titles. And hard-headed. I mean, and I mean that with all the chair shots that he took. But Tanaka, his status lent, and once again, chewing my food twice, lent so much credibility to this championship. It was hard not to take it seriously when a man like Masato Tanaka held it for over 300 days. That's saying something. Number 3, Katsuyori Shibata. I always screw up some Japanese names, so I apologize if I screwed up Shibata's first name. 3 reigns, 309 days, 6 successful defenses. That's hard to say. Shibata, no nonsense, just the way he went, just balls to the wall crazy, just the way he did all his offense, the strikes, the headbutts. God, those headbutts, sweet Jesus, all that offense. I just bleeding on the brain. Shibata, please, I know you want to get back in the ring, but please don't. Unless he's healthy. And even then I'm cringing. My God, that return against Kenta was great though, wasn't it? But, yeah, I mean, it only averages out to like 103 days each reign, but fucking Christ, 6 successful defenses. I really need to stop trying to say this stuff. He is, there's a reason why he was so respected in the ring and is still so respected by so many. Guy's legit. As legit as ever. And training people in the LA dojo, I mean, they're learning the right way, let me say that much. His time as never Openweight champion, though, great. And number 2, Hiroki Goto, 4 reigns, 397 days, 7 defenses successfully. Great. I mean, honestly, I love Hiroki Goto. I almost put Hiroki Goto 1. I decided to put somebody else at number 1. But you could have flipped 1 and 2, and you really wouldn't have gotten any arguments from anybody, myself or, any New Japan fan. Goto's a great champion. After winning it from Suzuki, held it for a while, traded back and forth a little bit. Hasn't held the title in 2019. Doesn't really need to. I would like to see him go for the Intercontinental or maybe even the U.S. title. But then again, the U.S. title I think is saved more for, the American or the non-Japanese wrestlers. But it might be kind of nice to see a Japanese wrestler win it. Maybe Okada win it. Maybe Tanahashi win it. Who knows? Zack Sabre Jr. should win it. And then just rub it in the face that nobody from America can beat him. But Hiroki Goto is great. I hope he gets another run with the championship. I doubt it. And if he does, I don't think it's going to be very long, but he deserves his spot at number 2. Number 1, though, Tomohiro Ishii, 5 reigns, 462 days, 6 defenses. I love Ishii. I've said it before. Ishii might actually be, beside maybe Okada, Ishii may be my favorite New Japan wrestler. He's just great. I can always rely on him. I can always watch his matches, even in tag matches, and just enjoy any impactful moves that he hits. I worry that he's not going to be able to do this very much longer because of all the, the strong impact, the stuff in his video and all the stuff that he does. But my God, Ishii is so fun to watch. Great, hard-hitting talent. That match he had against Kenny Omega in the G1 last year was absolutely great. But his time as champion, even if he didn't get to hold the title long this last time, before dropping it to Kenta, Ishii is still just fucking great. He really is fucking great. Him and Okada, favorite New Japan wrestlers, at least currently. I mean, all time, that's a whole other discussion. But anyway, that's what I have to say. Agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.